second. I'm gonna go check it.
So we can talk like for a couple of minutes here to
Sure.
for there's a couple of guys joining in, just waiting for the peep,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
we can jump right into it right after.
Awesome.
How was your day, brother?
Good, man. Good, good. I mean, busy. It's the time of the year where there's a bunch of snake hatching, and since I'm with NBK and DPR, there's like over 100 clutches this year, so it's pretty busy. You
It's
know,
challenging, right?
it is, but it's fun. It's the best time of the year. The winter time is a little bit boring in a sense that there's nothing to do because there's no babies. So yeah,
Yeah, just cleaning, pairing, waiting for ovulation, start
yeah,
over,
exactly.
feeding. Oh,
100%.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the fun part of it. You have you're hustling for 6 months of the year, and afterwards you're like, kind of the reward of hard months of labor.
Yeah, that's true. It's a waiting game, huh? From let's say October to March, April. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, it is.
it's like
It is 100%. Oh, big time, big time.
looking at tubs. Oh yeah, they're locked.
Oh yeah, big time. And actually, I'm doing my first. I've done my first pairing 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's my third weeks of pairing right now, and I have a couple of young males that I'm hopefully hoping they're going to catch up. They're going to be able to give me a few lucks. If they're not right now, hopefully later on this season. But I have two virgin boys that are not virgin anymore for 2 times, so that's really really cool.
That's cool. Congrats.
Yeah, yeah, thanks, man. So I'm looking forward for the season. It's going to be cool.
Okay. Can you look at your microphone? Maybe your volume is at a little bit too high
Oh yeah,
on the
okay.
microphone.
How do I change this?
No idea. You're on your phone, right?
Well, I'm on my phone.
Okay. Look if there's any volume on the app.
I'm 23 and I don't know jack crap about technology.
Uh, that's okay.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I'll talk a little less loud. Okay.
If you talk like that, we're good.
Okay, cool. I'll talk like this. I'll talk like
Okay.
I'm, some sort of sensual man, giving you the mood.
Okay. I'm done. I'm
All right,
good.
cool.
Okay. Let's do
Cool.
it. All right,
All right.
man. Let's jump straight into it, guys.
All right.
Welcome to Antoine from DPR ColdBlood, a good friend of mine in Montreal. We are both breeding out of Montreal, Canada, Quebec. Hoo represent.
Yes, sir. Up north.
Hey, hey. Python of the North represent. No shame. My channel. Okay.
There you
Uh,
go.
anyways, Monday Motivation is all about getting to know breeder, their journey, and what they achieved so far, what the challenges was, and all of these, all of this. It's about the grow behind the all the guys like we did Babu 2 weeks ago, a month ago, or a little bit more was Wilma Rose. We have Mark Mendick coming up, but
Sweet.
now we have Antoine. So
Damn, I'm in between good names, man. That's pretty cool.
no, you're up there, brother. You're good now, so
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
you're good. So we're gonna start with the beginning. How it all started from for you, Antoine. I'd like to know. I know your passion for reptile go a long way back,
Yeah.
like a long way back. So I'd
Yeah,
like you to
well,
start right there.
yeah, sure. I mean, it all started like I was like 2.5 years old, and I caught like a garter snake in the backyard of my aunt's place, and I was just like so fascinated by that creature that I caught. I was amazed. And since then, I was uh, like always asking my mom for having like a pet reptile. And when I was 6, after like 4 years of being like, Mom, I want a reptile, I want a reptile, she bought the classic. She bought me a green iguana, which obviously isn't the right pet for a 6 years old, you know.
Wow.
Um, yeah, exactly. So ended up like keeping that iguana for like a year and a half, and when it was like very big, I decided to. It was not fit for a kid my age, and ended up like having a bunch of species of like lizards, frogs, insects. I've had like crabs, a bunch of stuff. But my mom really wasn't into snakes whatsoever. So I was never allowed to have a pet snake at home until I was like 14, and I bought my very first ball python. But right before that, I started breeding like bearded dragons. I had a pair, had some babies, and breeding like reptiles. That experience of having like adults that then you have the eggs and the babies hatching. That just caught me like big
Okay.
time.
Let's put 2 seconds here. So this
Yeah,
is you were 14 years old. So guys, just to put you right there, that's like 7 years old. 7 years ago.
yeah, I'm 23. Yeah,
Antoine's like 22, 23. So
yeah,
that's pretty
23.
recent. So Antoine has been
Yeah.
like he's a newcomer. Like he's young, but you have a lot of knowledge and he's there. So trust him.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, I mean, since I started doing this, like the bearded dragons, and then when I started having snakes, I had ball pythons, I had sand boa, I had a bunch of snakes, but the genetic of the ball python was like really what made me fall in love, for the whole industry we have right now. And I remember like coming back from school and going into World of Ball Python, checking all the new genetics. It was hot at that time, and checking all the new genetics that were coming every day, and watching Brian Barczyk on YouTube, all of his channel, all of his posts, everything he was posting. It was like, hooked on it. And I actually learned my English through watching his videos and watching other guys' videos, because I'm a French kid, and I wasn't bad at school, but I was really not that interested, especially like in my English classes. But when it came to like uh, listening good breeders online, I had to know it. So that's basically how it all started. And from there, I went to business school in order to have my own business in ball python breeding. So I was really like focused towards a goal, which was like breed full time. And I've never wanted this to be like just a small hobby, just a little thing on the side. I really wanted to dedicate my whole life into this. And yeah, so I've done some move towards that goal every single time since then. Yeah.
Okay. I know you have a lot of mentor in the industries from your young age from today. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Well, as I started into that industry, I was like in a group of herpetological group in Montreal, which I had like a couple of good contacts over there. And by the way, guys, if there's a lot of noise in the back, it's my girlfriend trying to cook. And I have my headphones, they're like noise removal. I'm hearing in the back. So, anyways, if there's something, that's it.
Okay,
But
if
yeah,
you can
so
just recenter a little bit yourself.
yeah, sure. Like,
No, other way around. Like, yeah. Again, keep going. Yes, yes, that's good.
that's good.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, so I'm on my phone. So I thought I was in the middle. Okay, so that's good. All right. So yeah, I've had good contacts at the time over there, and I think since the beginning, my biggest mentor, my greatest mentor, was Brian Papuchian from NBK Reptiles. I started working. Well, actually, like I know Brian for a long, long time. I've done visits at his facility a long time ago. We've been in contact for a long time as well. And at the end of my business classes, I did an intern at his facility, and then he offered me a job. And then ended up taking care of all of his ball python. So I technically manage DPR ColdBlood, and I also manage NBK Reptiles. There are two different entities. They have different goals. I breed personally for a certain objective, and NBK for a different one. And yeah, so he taught me pretty much. He gave me the opportunity to know what was full time breeding, but not with my animals. So
Mm.
it's something to have 50 animals at home, but it's another thing to go into a facility and from the scratch start working with 600, 700 animals, and just be like, manage this. And it's cool because it gave me a big opportunity to test myself, knowing, is this something I want to do? Is this a lifestyle I am willing to commit to? And for this, I'm really happy because that was a great experience. And also, he taught me pretty much everything he knew with shipping and how he's taking care of business and everything. So yeah, Brian was a really good guy for me to step my breeding. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. For people which doesn't know, Brian from NBK ship a lot of our snake to the state, to the Europe. That's the guy which we import export from. So Brian NBK, thank you so much to be here.
Yeah, 100%.
So okay, let's talk about the beginning of DPR ColdBlood. First, what does DPR ColdBlood mean? DPR.
Yeah, well, honestly, it's as cheesy as it sounds. Like it's really really cheesy. That's Dream Passion Reptiles. Yeah, it is it's so cheesy, man. But the thing is, it's so cheesy. But on the other hand, it's like when I started DPR, I was 14. So yeah, exactly. So basic basic name, but on the other hand, it's like I had a dream to work with my passion for reptiles. So it's cheesy when you think about it now, but back then it made all sense.
It's okay. I'll keep DPR. Just DPR.
Yeah,
It sounds
DPR
good. It sounds good.
DPR sounds pretty well. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree,
it
yeah.
just sounds good now. So I'll keep
Yeah,
that
yeah,
in
totally,
mind. So
totally.
a little bit less cheesy like that. Okay, just change subject. Okay. Um, I'll go right into one of my favorite subject. We all have ups and downs in the
Yeah.
industries, and for having an up, we need a down, and
Oh yeah.
we that I'm gonna talk for me right here and there. To appreciate the up. Is that your just girlfriend showing you?
No, 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 not at all. It's just because like she opened the oven and there's a lot of smoke coming out of it, so I'm pretty sure that the fire alarm is gonna
Go again.
bust her ears out. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
right before we went live,
Yeah,
it go
100%.
off.
Yeah,
So
we had to cook chips now. So
yeah, okay. Okay, so for me to have a really good up, like to feel good to being accomplished in the hobby, I need to have down. Like down come in
100%.
the hobby and just make everything feel better. So let's talk about the when you hit rock bottom. Like, is there a point you hit rock bottom?
I would say honestly, I've hit rock bottom on all like every single time I've hit rock bottom, it was for different reasons, and it hit really, really differently. I've hit rock bottom when I started. Um, you know, a thing that happens a lot of time with a lot of breeders. I've had mites. Like it was in 2016, I think my first year of like real breeding. I've had mites, and I had like 30 snakes at the time. It was not a big deal taking care of mice for 30 snake. It's not a big deal, but it's kind of the thing, you create your collection, you buy nice animals, you invest in time and food and equipment, and then having mice is just like really demolishing. And I remember like I was young too, so it's not like in 2016 I was
17 ish,
yeah, so
18.
yeah, no, a little less than that. So yeah, but when you think about it, at such a young age, you don't having a hit is harder than when you're 30,
Yeah.
because those are your first hits. So that was a good hit on me, but right now it's not a big thing if it will happen again. I would say my biggest hit was when I started working my first winter at NBK Reptiles. We've housed a few snakes from another breeder, and it gave that collection had respiratory infection inside of there. And during that winter, we were treating the snakes like with different methods. Over a period of 6 months, we've lost like 60 snakes, and it was like one after the other and after the other, and it was like really difficult on me in a sense that, you come straight into this hobby and you're like all passionate, everything's beautiful, but then you have to, euthanize snakes, and it's really really bad. So that really like put a break on my passion, and I really had to step back and be like, do I really want to go towards something that can happen like this and be that bad and lose so much money and um, so much time with the animals, and they're all animals and you don't want that to happen, obviously. So that was probably um, my biggest down, like my lowest down actually. And I would say the last one I've had was last season with having 70% of my, yeah, you're laughing, because we've made fun of this a lot of times, because there's no better way, guys, to make fun of your downs, because I've had 70% of my year being turning into
Slugs.
slugs. And not only does it affect your income, because obviously, like, those clutches were good, like real good clutches. And but the thing is, those are all holdbacks that you're not keeping. And yeah, so it was bad. Like, we've hit probably like 170 slugs last year. So so that it was really bad. So that was a big hit. But I think I've had a video on this on my YouTube channel as well, and I was like, the only mindset that you can go and use whenever this happens is um, move on. Like, whatever happens, it happens. It was a bad year. It was a mistake on my end. My room temperature was way too high, and that's it. It was a rookie mistake. Not gonna lie, really bad mistake, but it happens, and it's never gonna happen again. And I'd rather have 70% of slugs last year than in 3 years.
That's true. But I would rather not have them. But
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
no,
I
for
don't.
sure, for sure. I'd rather not have it at all, at all. Yeah, no. So learn from me, guys. Buy an AC in your room and have your room temp set. Rather have your front of the tub really cold and the back really hot. Instead of having everything really hot, you're gonna kill the sperm and have a lot of slugs.
Okay, that's well, you get through it. I know it was a tough time for you, but I know you pulled it through, and you came out of this a better person, a better breeder,
100%.
and the important of this is to learn from it, right? It's to not make the same mistake twice. If you do it twice, don't make it three times, please.
If I do it twice, I think I'm gonna have to change my field of interest.
Yeah, I'll take the female real life from you if you
Yeah,
did
the
bring it.
hurricane spot nose
Yes,
yellow
please.
belly.
Yes,
That's her.
please. Yes,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
cool, cool.
That's
She's about to be breeding size this year, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can take her if you want. I'll give you like $500 if you want to.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay.
I'll sell you. I'll sell you. I'm breeding a pastel OD puzzle to her.
Okay.
So yeah. So I'll sell you like a pastel
Yeah.
pet puzzle from her.
Uh-huh.
Past hurricane. We'll see.
Okay. I think I'm gonna need to break the bank, the piggy bank.
For this, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. So it's fine. All right, that was fun. What is coming from you this year? Like 2022, it's coming really fast.
Oh yeah, we're on it.
I did my pairing like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, okay, I might be late. Oh, I don't have enough
Yeah.
mail. Oh shit, pick up a
Same.
jag. Let's pick up a jag.
Yeah, it's the same thing, honestly. I have, I spent a lot of time buying good females, and now not buying males like caught me off guard for last year, and I tried to do it differently this year, but it's the same situation again.
Okay.
So I just bought like 5 males in the last month,
Okay.
for the next season.
How
But
many?
this year, honestly, cool stuff. My male that I got from Miguel from Always Evolving Python is breeding, so he started to breed. It's a spot nose Cypress fire clown, and he has like the sweetest lineup ever in my rack. So that's going to be cool. Hopefully, make some sentinels and some head sentinels. A bunch of hypo clown stuff. Hopefully some visuals if one of my male decides to go. Um, another year like where I'm gonna grow and do those hets. And 2023 should be interesting because I just bought a vanilla Desert Ghost Clown male, which is pretty cool, and a Black Pastel Confusion Clown male as well.
Okay.
So I'm just like piling animals now so that in the future, I'll have those female holdbacks, and
Yeah.
whenever they're going to be ready, I'll have the heat ready for them.
Yeah, because the first, like, let's say 5 years of
Yeah.
starting a breeding program, like you're just in the mindset you buy everything you need, like to like all the ingredient, and after
Yeah.
that, when you start breeding, keeping old backs, and now you're there. Like the first year, the third year you did old backs, you're like, oh no, I don't have enough male.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
oh shit. And now you're right there. You're like, oh, I need to buy the confusion you bought, the DG
Yeah.
clown vanilla, and so on. So
Exactly.
that's what happened for me this year. So I think that's how we can learn from that, guys.
100%.
So
Well,
I
the thing
think,
is, we all hold back the females.
yeah,
They're like, we have a clutch of like 6 females. We sell two, we keep four. Man, the male's not that cool, so we sell them. But in the end, um, having some of those males that I sold, like let's say last year, I sold it was an early baby, so it would probably be a breeder now. It was a leopard Mojave cinnamon yellow belly heck clown plus red stripe, and it was insane looking, not crazy like genetics, but having you know decided to keep that male, they would come in handy now. I would
yeah,
use them 100%, especially being yellow belly and have some actual females, with Mojave, cinnamon, and leopard being 50% a clown of the babies, that's cool. That's a cool male to use.
yeah,
But it's in he's still in Canada, but not in my collection.
yeah. Someone was happy about it, I'm sure.
100%.
100%. uh, Antoine, tell me, what is your morning routine? Like when you wake up in the morning, what you do, what you go through in your day, like the first, like let's say the first 4 hours of your day.
Sure. It depends. I have weeks where I'm more motivated than others.
Okay.
And it really depends on my weekend, honestly. I'm really trying to shift myself to work more in the morning than at night. I'm I thought I was a night owl, but honestly, I'm really a morning guy. So the time where I'm the most productive, I wake up early in the morning, I small breakfast, go to the gym, go to work, probably at 9 o'clock, and go through all the females, check for eggs, check for copulations, go look at the baby, look at the shape, and I spend probably 2 to 3 hours just doing this every day. And you know, that's one thing that I've learned is the more you look at your animals, the more you're able to read them.
Yep.
And it might sound stupid for some people that every day you go and you look at your females for 3 hours, but you have a different perspective every day. You think at new pairings, you look at your males, oh yeah, I'm going to feed you more. And this one has a different behavior. Oh, this one's sitting in the front, this one's sitting in the back. There's so many things that you can look at. So in the first 4 hours of my day, the best days that I'm really, really productive, I wake up early, eat, go to the gym, go to work, and spend like 2 to 3 hours just looking at the snakes. When I'm less productive, I wake up a little late,
I skip breakfast,
and
I skip gym, and I go right to see my female.
that's pretty much it. And then I come back late. I do my video edits, and then I go to the gym, and it's so late, and it's a vicious circle. So I have to break it down, go early in the morning, and do my stuff, and I'm more productive that way. So
Okay, well that's cool. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And would you say that's gonna be a tricky question for you?
sure.
Would you say it's easier in 2021 to breed snake than, like, let's say only like 4 years ago?
100% it is.
Why?
100% it. I think that starting right now, you have probably 10 to 20 times more. Like your chances are way better of being successful right now than it was before. Um, not only for like, the market that we have right now, and the availability of information. Like you can go on YouTube and there's a bunch of people that are telling you like that's how you start a collection. That's how you do it. If you're a patient and you're really interested, it is super easy to get like good information and build your collection. Also, the amount of animals available are like it's incredible. It's incredible. Honestly, I go to a morph market every day and I'm like, I wish I had like 50 grand to spend every day. And it would be gone every day, because
Mm-hmm.
there's some breeders out there that are putting some straight fire stuff. It's incredible. And if you have a goal, you really have a nice pool of animals that you can go pick and build your collection through this. I feel like 4 or 5 years ago, mostly when I started investing, uh, it was a bit all over the place. You really had to be inside of the hobby to know what was hot and how the genetic work. And I feel like even then I made some mistakes and I bought animals or did not buy animals that would have been a good fit. I think like there's not a lot of animals that I regret buying, but there's a lot of animals that I regret not buying today.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot. Um, and yeah, and I feel like today the market is so strong. Like literally, if you buy into the right animals, uh, honestly, it's good. It's really really good. Like I can't complain about sales. Sales are amazing. The market is great. Like if you have a YouTube channel, the feedback is amazing. Get yourself a morph market. Like it's such a cheap. Um, Once you buy the animal, it's so cheap to get your business rolling, and it
Yeah.
works so well. It works so well. So right now, I feel like it's probably the best time ever to get into it. Not the time where you're going to make the more money out of your investment, because I think like that was probably like the big years before. But I feel like right now you have an area where your business can be more sustainable than ever.
That's a really good answer. Thank you for that. That was interesting. There's a couple minutes left
Sure.
here because we are trying to do it really condensed.
Okay.
I ask this to everyone: if you had one um, tip to give to a new breeder, and let's not say patience because we all know patience is
Yeah.
key in the hobby. Let's find something else, please. Let's go.
Um, Honestly, it's simple, but buy decent females and wait to buy an insane male. And I would say don't be scared to break the bank and invest big on your male. Uh, if you have, let's say you buy like 4 combo Hecton females, they're all costing you anywhere between, oh, by the way, so like you're gonna like this, anywhere between, I know, right? Anywhere between $500 to $1,000. There you go. Let's show off our dogs. Here you go.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep going. So let's say you buy some snakes that are some heckclown females that are anywhere between $500 to $1,000. If you buy a 2 grand male visual clown, uh, you're gonna make some cool stuff. But if you buy a 6 grand male visual clown, you're the money coming back to you is gonna be nuts,
Insane.
and the
Insane.
holdbacks you're gonna do are insane, and you're gonna make stuff that nobody has.
Yeah.
So buy in good females, invest in a really good male, and don't be afraid to invest in a good male. If your setup is right and everything's pretty legit in your collection, buying a expensive male will set where you're going to be in 5 and 10 years. The males I've purchased that were really expensive in the last few years, right now, I'm doing stuff that nobody has and that will shift my collection into something completely different than what I would have than what I would be right now if I would have purchased only like a spot no skunk. You know,
100%.
yeah,
I'd like to add to that, like, in one point in how any collection, you'll be at uh, align when you know your collection is ready for a powerful male.
Dude, 100%.
So I've been there last year. I did that 1 year ago. I bought my male, and do the math, guys. Okay, we'll do some math. Okay, Antoine, just follow me here. Okay, you take a 6 gene male clown with decent codon. So let's take any. We don't gonna talk a gene, just 6 gene, and you put it with a single gene female. Let's say OD or YB or NSHE. Okay, guys, that's easy math. And you make old backs from that female. Would you pay like $2,000 for a 4 or 5 gene female F clown, or $3,000 even, like depending of the genes?
100%.
So guys, you took a $200 worth of a female, which was what worth like $200-300, put it to a male, and you're making your money back. So the importance to have a powerhouse male with the right female, it's insane. Like, we're not talking money here. We're talking about what you can keep.
Talking about the holdbacks.
Holdbacks, exactly. Else. Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, money-wise, if you invest $10,000, you're gonna make less money if you invest $100,000. That's stating the obvious there.
Yeah.
But buying cutting-edge male, and it can be like in Clown, it can be in Pi, it can be in Sentinel, it can be in Desert Ghost, any project you like. But buying that male, the holdbacks you make, they're non-available.
Exactly.
You know, the male I bought from Miguel, Cypress Puff Nose Fire Clown, I'm gonna plug it into like, Mojave White Lace, some Hurricane, try to buy a Hurricane Cypress Puff Nose Fire Clown. There's no way you can buy that.
No.
And if you can buy it, it's gonna be probably from one of the top guys, and it's gonna cost you $10,000,
Yep.
So those holdbacks, and especially the double hats you make with them, down the line in a couple of years. Look at Will. Will's the best example. He bought, I think it was like a Firefly Leopard Yellow Belly Clown or something like that, way back. Look at all of his double hats. DG Clown, DG Puzzle. They're all with those genetics.
Yeah.
Fire, Pastel Leopard, and Yellow Belly. A couple of years ago, he bought a ODYB Fire Spot Nose Clown. Look at all the, and you have a baby from him. And look at all the babies. All of his collection, all of his Krypton head Desert Ghost. And
it may be head pipe.
there you go with the ringer. But all of those holdbacks that he made were from that single investment.
Exactly. So we can learn from that. Don't be scared to pay the big bucks for males. Like, they are worth it. They are worth it. 100%.
100%.
And even like we're talking recessive here, but even if you find a codom which you're really into it, okay? I'm not saying guys to buy one big codom every year. I think that's not the way to do it. But for me this year, I bought a Jag. Jag Pin Butter. And I think that's a great project. And
100%.
There's no way, business-wise, I'm going to have any issue with it. And I pay good money for it. So all we're saying here, like me and Antoine agree with that, I believe, don't be scared to buy a really strong male.
Yeah. And also, it's always fun because we always talk like with kind of people that we look alike, in the sense that, you and I often talk with Khalil, and we all have that perspective of buying, and growing your collection and doing like more and more.
Yeah.
But I've talked to guys who just, wanted to hatch a dream bee, man, and they were like super happy about it, and they're producing cool stuff. And I'm thinking about Martin Leblanc from Balls to the Walls.
Yeah.
And he produced a super vanilla pied.
Yeah.
That snake, like, he hit like 2 of them, and he was like so stoked about that.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to him, I was like, it's not everybody who wants to go and buy that $10,000 male, because we don't all have the same goal.
Nope.
So even if you don't buy, even when I'm saying like, don't be afraid to invest money, obviously,
And that's what you can, of course.
Exactly, for sure. But on the other hand, when you want to keep things smaller and have it more as a hobbyist, not necessarily buy big and expensive animal, but the right animal.
Yeah.
Don't go out and buy like, I bought a leopard clown. Try to find the perfect animal for your collection, especially if you want to be lower scale and have something more condensed and more, precise on what you want to do. So those right male are going to shift your collection.
Yep, I think there's a good point to be done here, to be made here. I think there's two kind of breeder, like the small OBS, which is could turn into a business.
100%.
Let's
100%. There's a lot of money to be made, even if you do like 20 clutches a year.
yeah, exactly.
Big time.
Let's take Ozzy. Ozzy doesn't do a lot of clutches. He does like what 100 a year ish in this ballpark.
Yeah, but he was less than that before.
Exactly.
He upped his number a couple years.
But his value, you can find that information on his YouTube, guys. But the price in one clutch from Ozzy, it's like 35 grand average.
Yeah.
So you can have a really small no, not really small collection, but you can have a small collection.
But still 100 clutches is big.
Yeah, it's
so it's really big. It's more than I did. I did 35 this year. And
yeah, but what are you aiming for?
50.
What are you aiming for?
Next year 50.
No, like end game. Like when are you gonna where you want to be?
Oh man. That's a good question. Obviously, anywhere between 100. But there's a lot of I have honestly I have so many plans in life. Like I want to own a restaurant. I want to open my own restaurant. I want to travel. I want to have like land, a farm.
We're talking clutch here, please.
Yeah, no, but we'll get there. I have like a lot of plans, and I don't know how this is going to evolve and how big it's going to get over time, but I can assure you it's going to be between 150 to 250.
Okay.
In that range.
That's
so I would say like 175 to 200 a year.
So the guy is telling us you want like 500 female.
Yeah, about that. Because I just look at it and have like 130 females right now.
I know.
Some are holdbacks or whatever. But I'm like, just this year, I've held back 56 females. Oh yeah, it's bad. And I have like 7 clutches or 8 clutches in the incubator still. I'm like, damn, I'm holding back 3 females a clutch. Damn, man. It's gonna get nuts in a couple of years,
Yeah, I'm holding like 16, I believe, this year, and I got like a decent year, not as good as yours, but and I'm like, okay, that's a lot. I need to settle down a little bit.
Yeah. No, right now I'm all gas, no brakes,
Yeah. Okay, Antoine, that was a great podcast tonight. I really appreciate you coming on the number 3. In 2 weeks, guys, we're gonna have Mark Mendick from Marcus Jane Ball Python. Please subscribe if you didn't do it. Let's say thank you to Antoine right now, which was a great guy tonight. Talk a lot about his experience and everything in between. And let's talk to you guys